Hey everybody, welcome to the DA Wrestling Podcast here. We're doing a Smackdown review here on a Friday night just after Smackdown. How are you? I am your host, Andrew Purcell. This guy over here is Doug Lyons. We're going to be talking all the things that happened today here on Smackdown with the AJ Styles, going back to that loner gimmick. And we got also a new faction coming about with Escobar and little friends.
Did
And
you
we'll get to
catch?
that. And also a
Did you
return of
catch?
Alva Fire and Ice Aya Dawn. And a triple threat match was set up. But first, let's see how the Doug's doing there because he looks very eager to speak right now. Doug, how you doing?
Yes. So actually, we're gonna get into this, but Karrion Kross, there was another promo, and it hinted at a return.
I heard about this. I was on X and I saw this and I'm very intrigued by this. Very, very
Do
intrigued.
do
Now,
you want to do
apparently,
you want to just jump into this now because this aired right before the main event?
well, let's get into this then. Yeah, let's get into this really quickly here too because this is interesting. From my understanding, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It will be the return of AOP with Paul Ellering, accompanying Karrion Kross, and I guess we're gonna call him a
Right.
Doomsday Squad or whatever the hell it's gonna be. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they'll call themselves. I really don't care. But I, so for everyone who criticized the booking of Karrion Kross and how his booking kind of never made sense, he really explained it in this promo that aired right before the main event, where they put the hourglass in front of the bloodline and then the bloodline started to fracture.
Hmm.
He then got into a feud with Drew McIntyre and took his temperament, as he said. And now Drew is basically just attacking everything that moves,
Yeah.
right? And then he took the patience from Rey Mysterio to the point that he hit his own kid in front of his mother. To be fair, Dom had it done, but I
Um.
digress.
Honestly, when you think about it right now, Dom's a bit of he's been the WWE MVP this year. He's been around. He's taken a
Oh,
lot of lickings. Like,
dude,
I
he's
mean, he's had the shit booed out of him from the get go, and since he turned on his pop, and he's been the MVP all year. He really has.
I wouldn't I wouldn't quite call him my MVP.
He's not mine either, but I think he's definitely an MVP for the year for sure.
He's in the conversation. He's in the
Absolutely, he is. 100%. Him and Mammy, along with other people. I love
um
Mammy. I can't help
but
it.
and then he said he's like I took the pride of Shinsuke Nakamura and now look what he's become and it showed what he was like the mist to Cody
Yeah.
2 weeks ago on Raw. And then yeah, he said the next chapter isn't even authored yet or
No.
something like that. And then it showed a quick flash.
Yeah.
It was not even like it was 2 frames maybe
Yeah.
of AOP standing there with Paul Ellering,
Yeah.
or at least we're led to believe it's AOP with Paul Ellering,
Yeah.
in silhouettes.
I'll be honest with you. I'm excited for the return of AOP. I really liked them when they were on NXT. They kind of got crap. I mean, I liked them on the main roster for a little bit. They kind of got, I guess, crapped on.
Well, towards the release in 2020, because they were part of that Black Wednesday, I believe they
Yeah,
called
they
it.
were part of the whole thing there. I mean, they've been kind of quiet for the past couple of years.
So they tried to start their own promotion,
Yeah, there's a big controversy over that stuff.
and then it went really quiet,
Yeah.
and then quietly resigned with WWE about a year ago.
Yeah, I heard about this. They've been with the WWE back for a year, not doing anything. I'm assuming they've been at the Performance Center though for the past
Oh,
year. I'm
oh,
assuming
probably.
so. Um, Probably taking their licks or just maybe relearning some stuff. Or I'm assuming, or we should see what they look like. And because I know there hasn't been any just any photos of it at all for the past couple of years. So we
The
should see what
last I
happens.
heard of the last I heard of these guys, they did a interview in 20 late 2020 on Renee Paquette's podcast,
Okay.
um, which I don't even think she does anymore. does she?
It's called the last I checked it was called Sessions. There used to be Oral Sessions, and then
Yeah.
Session. I don't know if she has. I haven't seen anything on YouTube. I used to follow the whole thing on YouTube for a while, but it never. I think this might be done. I don't know. She's having. She had a baby with John, and I think she's just becoming basically a full time mom nowadays and not doing. I know she's with AEW now, so I don't know if she's doing a ton of
Yeah.
stuff. But
Um,
but
anyways, so let's go
yeah,
from the top.
let's go to the
Let's go
top
from the
there.
top.
The return of AJ Styles
AJ,
loner gimmick from TNA. I like that gimmick. That was really cool. I wasn't a big fan of the music because I like the old AJ Styles TNA music. Uh, when he first came in with TNA, but looks like that gimmick's back, and basically LA Knight already came out.
yeah, so this was what I was alluding to on our Dynamite review
Mm-hmm.
about the spoiler I knew from SmackDown
Yeah,
because I seen a clip from the crowd
yeah,
of Nick Aldis announcing this triple threat match
yeah,
from tonight at
yeah.
SmackDown Year's Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, anyways, AJ comes out to kick off the show and basically says, you know, I'm getting my hands on Roman Reigns, and anyone who gets my way, I'm taking out. Which prompts LA Knight to come out, and they start going back and forth. And AJ's kind of got beef with LA Knight
Yeah,
because he kind of took advantage of the Bloodline's attack by tagging Cena and then getting the title match at Crown Jewel. So,
mm-hmm.
which prompted Orton to come out and like basically stating his claim to Roman, which prompted Nick Aldis to come out to set up the match, right?
Yeah,
Um, so the first match of the night was, I believe, the Holiday Havoc match,
mm-hmm.
which was Bianca, Shotzi, Mishin, and Zelina Vega
Yeah,
against Damage Control.
yeah. I saw the
And
result. I'm
so Team
confused
Bianca
with the
won.
result.
Okay, so Team Bianca won
Yes.
because of a senton through a table by Mishin onto
Yeah.
Io Sky of all people,
Yeah.
which I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's because the Kabuki Warriors were taken out by the returning because they haven't been seen in a while.
I would say that more of the reemergence of
Right,
Isla
uh,
Dawn and Alba
and
Fire.
Alba Fire,
Yeah.
who were hiding in these gigantic trunk size Christmas presents
Okay.
in the alleyway.
Yeah.
And so Oscar went to go open one, and it was Eladon,
Yeah.
and it kind of scared the shit out of them. And then Alba Fire popped out from the other side,
Yeah.
grabbed their heads together, and then they just beat the crap out of them.
I think they're gonna put some no pun intended fire into the whole uh
I said
women's
during
tag
our
team
Raw,
division.
I said during our Raw review, like they like the new women's tag team champions,
Mm-hmm.
Katana Chance and Hayden Carter,
Yeah.
are one of the more established teams in
Yeah.
that entire division um, because they've been teaming together for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess when you have a reunited Kabuki Warriors to the mix,
Yeah.
it gets a little bit stronger. But you also have Dawn and Fire,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it looks like they're trying to make Tegan Knox and Natalia work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Um,
I'll be honest with you.
I have high hopes for that division in
Yeah.
the next 12
I
months.
think Triple H is gonna make that really, really good division. Like I like Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I know Alba Fire was someone else, but I do really like them. Just like how I like to subscribe and like videos by us and by other people too. So put down a like and a subscribe onto our podcast. It really helps us out. All things do. But I also like the fact that Pete Dunne might be coming back and they might be getting rid of the Butch idea because from what I understand, the North American Championship was defended today with
So
Dragon Lee and
the
Butch.
last 5 minutes of this match is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw Dragon Lee counter a bitter end into a destroyer.
That's it. That's on right now.
Yeah. And I mean, I know we're going to be talking here, so you might catch or you might not catch the end there, but
yeah,
it was really good back and forth, and that was Butch, Pete Dunne, whatever you want to call him.
I think at this point, you should just bring him back to Pete Dunne. Just saying.
Reminding everybody why he was the NXT UK champion for a year and a half.
Yeah, he didn't lose the title until he faced Walter, or no, it's now Gunther. So, and that was a killer match too. Like if you watch that match,
and then Walter held it, and then Walter held it for 2 years.
Yeah, like that was a real like that Walter Dunne
Which
match
one?
was
Because
really
there
good.
was a couple. The one that they did where they finally changed when they finally switched the title. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
that was
really good. Like
one of the best matches of that year.
I like to see Pete Dunne just be Pete Dunne, not Butch. I mean, the Butch thing was fine, but I like to see the Pete Dunne thing reemerge. To be honest, if you might as well do it anyway. Sheamus seems to be out maybe by sounds of it long term. I know his contract's coming up sometime next year, and you move down Ridge Holland down to NXT, which they played an angle with the Big E stuff they did. I guess that was purely okay.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah,
and
I saw that. It was a little.
If it was any other guy than Ridge Holland.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Ridge Holland.
Yeah.
If it was any other guy, I wouldn't care so much.
Yeah.
But because this dude has accidentally hurt some people legitimately, for them to go down this road with Dragunov too.
Yeah, it's a little.
I don't like it.
Well, I know it was a work. But still, it's the precedence part. It's like, okay, this is why Big E's not there right now. You know what I mean? Granted, it was a freak accident. It was never intentional. It was never meant to happen. It was a boo-boo. A big fucking boo-boo. But a big boo-boo.
Basically said it was not even Ridge's fault.
Yeah, he said he didn't get over fast enough is what he said.
Yeah, he couldn't, I guess Ridge, for as much as he had a grip on him, still slipped because, they're sweaty and oily and shit.
Well, that and to be honest, Ridge is a big, strong dude, but Big E ain't no slouch.
No,
Big E's a big dude.
Belly to belly several times. But anyways, we're not gonna get
like how Brock hasn't hurt anybody.
Legitimately?
Yeah, is like from what I understand, Brock's one of the safest guys. Unless he's pissed off.
He is. I'm pretty sure he gave Orton a concussion trying to bust him open the hard way.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. But I think that might have been part of the story on thing they were doing. But,
I don't know.
But I know Brock has been known as a legitimately safe worker. But so is Orton. Because Orton, some of the shit that Orton's done, you wonder why somebody's not injured. Because Orton's like even
Orton is a danger to himself and a danger to himself only.
Yeah, but if you see some of the stuff, like even
Orton, he will protect everybody else. But I've watched this dude break his collarbone. I've watched him separate his shoulder in matches.
Well, I've seen Orton put people through tables and not breaking Orton's like this.
Oh yeah,
it's comical.
One of the sings. That was the backlash, the infamous backlash match where Mahal won Jinder Mahal won the but anyways, just to close off on Pete Dunne or Butch, he was shown backstage later in the night, tried to get an interview, and Pretty Deadly started trying to ruffle the feathers, if you will, and Butch just started kicking the shit out of him. And then Nick Aldis said, "Go find a partner, and in 2 weeks, you'll get him."
I'm going to see who they bring back. It might be Sheamus.
Could be.
It could be. I don't know.
So after that was
the U.S. title match.
After that was Kevin Owens and Carmelo Hayes.
And
I did not think Carmelo Hayes was going to get past Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
And
I thought you said, hold on, did you say last week you thought he was gonna get past Kevin Owens, get moved to like the next round? Because I'm
it
pretty sure
wouldn't,
that's what you said.
I said it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
I said it wouldn't shock me, but
Mhm.
listen, Kevin Owens, he's going to get the shot at Logan Paul.
I love KO, so I'm okay with this completely. And Carmelo, I think, has a lot of time on the main roster. He's just slowly coming up now. I think he'll
And
be
dude,
fine.
Carmelo's still in his like mid 20s,
And
if that.
he's in the midst of a storyline down on NXT, so I don't think he really needed the win. But it's a good introduction to who Carmelo Hayes is for them because
Yeah.
he's going to be probably their probably top five guys going in the future. Top five is probably being
Oh,
generous,
for
but
sure.
top probably maybe
If
top
not
three.
the, I think he's a little like on the short side, not to kind of say that matters when when they, had Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson as the face of the company, but
Yeah, but
he
look,
of the new of the new crop of guys coming up from
yeah.
NXT, I mean, like Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes are going to be the John Cena and Randy Orton of this era.
Oh yeah, I can see that for sure.
I think that those two are going to be. I think you can have Braun as the biggest heel in the company, and you can have Carmelo as the biggest babyface. Like,
Yeah, I can see
because
that.
as he likes to say, Mello don't miss.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
so but KO won, which is good. He advances. A little surprised in the second match, I guess, but interesting though too. Escobar versus Lashley.
yep,
Escobar won, but we ended up having a couple people from I think it was NXT come up. Am I correct?
yeah. So, well, I mean, they've been up and down, up and down, up and down. Formerly known as the Latin Lovers. I don't even know. I think they're Los Lotharios
Los
now.
Lotheros, yeah.
Um,
There
but
there was a rumor about this for a while.
Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo uh, are now aligned with Santos Escobar,
Hmm.
which they so Lashley hit his big slam, but then they played it as like some fans jumped the barricade
Yeah,
in masks, but then there was a second guy and
yeah,
they jumped the Street Profits, which distracted Lashley,
yeah.
which uh, enabled Santos to roll up Lashley
Uh,
for the win.
mhm.
And so it's going to be Santos and KO at New Year's Revolution.
To be a
Um,
good match.
it's going to be a good match, but there's no way in hell Santos is winning.
I think I mean I like I said I like to see KO. I've already said earlier in the show I like to see KO do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do pull the trigger on Escobar winning this and giving him that actual
The
US
bigger
title
money
shot.
match, the bigger money match for the Royal Rumble is Kevin Owens, Logan Paul. It's
Fair
not
enough.
Santos Escobar. He just turned heel a month ago.
Yeah.
There's no there there's no way, like he hasn't gotten himself hot enough yet where
No.
that's an intriguing match, Santos Escobar and Logan Paul.
It, it
However,
kind of
you
is
have some,
intriguing if you're a wrestling fan, though. If you're a deep wrestling fan, you might be intrigued by that
well,
match.
I mean, yeah, like if you like in-ring luchador stuff, right? But
Yeah.
I'm looking at star power,
Okay. If
right?
you're okay, well,
So
I think either one would be good. I
right,
don't think either one would disappoint at all. I think Kevin would make it like hilarious.
sure. Um, Now before we get to the main event,
Yeah.
there was something that I don't know if you read about or saw, but there was a meeting, if you will, between Nick Aldis and Roman Reigns.
Okay. No.
Okay, so um, Nick Aldis went into Roman Reigns' locker room, who Roman didn't get an entrance or anything, didn't cut a promo or nothing, but he did appear on the show.
Good.
Um, so Roman's sitting in the Bloodline locker room. Aldis comes in, and Reigns was trying to do to Aldis what he did to Adam Pearce all those years ago. Like hey,
Oh, the whole
everything goes through me. Yeah, everything goes through me. You know,
yeah.
like this is some good stuff you have lined up, but you should have went through me. Everything goes through me because I'm Roman Reigns. And all this in the most polite way possible told him I do not give a fuck.
Nice.
Uh, and he said, I'm glad we got this out of the way, and I look forward to more productive conversations. Uh, you know, so uh, yeah, so I think, and the funny thing is like uh, Nick Aldis could very easily take out Roman Reigns if he wants to.
Yeah. Nick Aldis is no
Like
slouch.
yeah, he very much has the ability
Yeah.
in the ring to get it done.
Hmm.
But so main event time.
Yeah.
Oh, also there was a quick little thing before the main event where the OC, Mishin, and Gallows and Anderson all came up to AJ, and Mishin gave him a big hug, and AJ took her arm off him, and Anderson asked if he was good, and all AJ said was, "I don't know, are we?" and walked away. So I don't know what that is alluding to.
Who knows? We'll have to find out. Wait to see. There's all that. Uh,
Right.
so AJ Styles versus Solo Sikoa. And in a DQ.
Yeah, not surprising. Roman Reigns came out, beat up AJ, uh, and then Solo got back involved. So
Yeah.
it's 2-on-1. Here comes LA Knight to even the odds. Then in comes Jimmy, which prompted Randy Orton to come out.
Mm.
They clear the ring, and then the and then AJ Knight and Orton all got in each other's faces, and uh, they start brawling, and the show actually went off the air with the three of them still brawling.
Okay.
Nobody stood tall.
Mm. Well,
So
that triple threat on New Year's Revolution is going to be very interesting. I mean, you got to think Orton's probably going to win it, but
I think it's got to be Orton.
I think it's got to be Orton. But I mean, I wouldn't be upset if it was Styles.
No, me neither.
Like,
But
I don't think LA Nate needs it right now, but we'll see what happens.
no, but you can keep him hanging around that upper mid
Of
card.
course you can. Of course you can. Absolutely. I just don't think it's at the time for it right yet.
You're not, but that's the thing is like everyone's so quick to like give up on people when they don't immediately become like a top champion.
I'm not giving up on the
Like,
guy. I'm just making a statement.
no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying
Okay.
like wrestling fans in general these days.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, LA Knight, he's good for what he is.
Yep.
I'm I'm very amazed at you look at where he was at Raw 30 right before last year's Royal Rumble
Yep.
with Bray. Dude was coming out to crickets.
Hmm.
But the way he has evolved and got over organically throughout the year, I mean,
The former Eli
top
Drake has done
notch.
well.
Yes, top notch.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think I'm gonna give SmackDown tonight like a 7.
The number. I mean,
Wasn't good, it wasn't like blow away awesome.
no,
It wasn't bad.
no.
Um, I mean, definitely go check out the Dragon Lee Butch match if you have a chance. Um,
I'm
and
about, I'm about to
see
get.
it.
I'm about to get a full perspective of the Kevin Owens Marlo match myself. Actually,
Oh, there you go. So, you go ahead and watch that,
yeah.
and you can let me know what you think.
It's
But
Kevin Owens. I'm probably gonna like. I like most Kevin Owens matches. I really do.
it was a good back and forth between them, and
Yeah.
like it wasn't like it was definitely not like okay, KO just runs through the
No.
guy.
Although, I'm not gonna lie, I think one of my favorite KO moments still is probably when he debuted against John Cena and then pop up powerbombed him.
They actually talked about that during that match.
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite moments of Kevin Owens' career in WWE. I like I think it's really fun. I like it. But that's me. I like some kind of things that most people don't like sometimes. It happens. Tough shit. It's a free country. Anyway,
All
that
right, well that's gonna do
that
it.
that was
That's
the
gonna
SmackDown
do it
review.
for for SmackDown. That's gonna do it for this episode. Um, and you can follow the show, find the show everywhere except Apple. Um, you can follow the show DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA
Instagram.
Sports Pod on X. Um,
Wingardi
you can
Leviosa.
you can follow him, Apricel1982 on Instagram and Andrea DA Sports. Check us out on YouTube, DA Sports Wrestling podcast, and I
Check
am
me
D Lions 1991 on X, and we'll catch you down the road.
and check us out. Check us out on TikTok. It's a lot of fun. We do some funny stuff there. It's mostly sports related stuff too, but we do a lot of wrestling stuff on there as well. It's a lot of fun. Don't forget to press that like, share, subscribe button, folks. If not, and we don't see you. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas to all. Happy holidays to you and the family. And I
Yeah.
hope you have the best time of the year. And we'll catch you after Christmas. Have a good one, everybody. Peace out.